I look at each of you, and I see the marks of this long and terrible war. If we die tonight, mankind dies with us.
You're doing right now. This is the end of the war.
I'd love to change the world, but I don't know what.
What's up, everybody? This is Lucid with Lucid's Lunacy. I have a little subject I want to talk about today. It's nothing too political or, governmental or anything like that, but it's been talked about more widely lately than a lot of other things, in my opinion, at least with the circles I run with. I have what's called a vape pen. Okay, a lot of people are doing it now. And some people are claiming that vaping is just as bad as smoking cigarettes, second-hand wise. Okay? Now, I agree that the stuff that has nicotine in it is probably bad second-hand wise. You're getting the nicotine spread through second-hand, probably. But as far as it being harmful to yourself, I seriously doubt that it's as bad as cigarettes. Okay? I have this juice here. This is actually a homemade juice that a friend of mine brought to me. It looks like a homemade label. It's called Roki juice. Okay? This particular one's called McFrosty. It's got 3 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter. Now, I personally think that vaping is more safe than smoking cigarettes, okay? Because cigarettes, if the cigarette is natural, okay, maybe not so much. But the processed stuff that you buy, like from Marlboro, Camel, stuff like that, everybody knows that it has carcinogens in it, okay? We're taught that through school throughout our lives. But this stuff here, the vape pen and the vape juice, this stuff here, it's made from vegetable oil, okay? It's PG and VG. The PG that's in it, I don't know what it's called, something, propylene glycol or something like that. That's the stuff that they use for the clouds that it makes. And for instance, it makes a big cloud, okay? The VG in it is the actual stuff that they put in vegetable oil. Neither one seem to be bad for you. Now, they haven't done long-term surveys of this stuff, so I couldn't tell you 100% if it is harmful or not. I don't know. I've been vaping since probably the beginning of vape pens since they've come out. Okay, I tried the little electronic cigarettes, the ones that actually look like cigarettes. You hit them, the end of it glows. Looks like you're hitting a cigarette. They have the green lights. They got, just the different kinds with the screw-on butts to it, and which hold the PGVG stuff in it. Now, when I was smoking those, because they were brand new, okay, and our import-export system was not up to date on this stuff, they had to let it through because there was no laws governing vaping at the time. These things were let through with carcinogens in it, okay? I was getting headaches, I was getting nosebleeds, I was coughing a lot. Bad stuff, okay? But since they started making these drops, and the laws have started to upgrade throughout time, they have really weeded out all of the problematic issues that vape pens have had. As far as I know, these drops, these don't have anything in it except for nicotine, and that's if you opt to have nicotine. This one here has 3 milligrams. And that's because it's homemade, and it's because I'm a smoker. I'm trying to stop. I tend to want to vape more than smoke. I don't smoke a whole hell of a lot anymore, but I'll tell you, when I switched from the regular e-cigs, the small ones that look like cigarettes, ones I was just talking about, to an actual vape pen like this here. I stopped having nosebleeds, I stopped getting headaches, I don't have any chest pain. Every once in a while when I hit this, probably like first thing in the morning, if I hit this right in the morning when I wake up, it'll make me cough, but that's because, you know, breathing all night long and not having any kind of inhalation of any kind of smoke or vape, you know, kind of tends to weaken your lungs over time, and then you take a hit of the vape and it kind of intrudes on your lungs after having a full night's rest. It makes you cough. Usually when I hit this the first time, it makes me cough for a second. And it's not even like a smoker's cough. It's like just a little, you know, a little cough like I need to get that shit out of my lungs. It doesn't feel like you're smoking either. Like, it's a different kind of feeling you get from vaping than you do with actually smoking cigarettes because of the carcinogens in it. But you can definitely tell the difference. These are like way more expensive. In fact, these drops here, this small bottle of drops here, I don't even know how many milliliters this is. I think it's a 12 milliliter bottle. That bottle right there costs $12, okay, as opposed to a pack of cigarettes. Now, if you're using a standard tank, Tim, man, throw me your vape. If you're using a standard tank, these drops may last you, you know, a week, 2 weeks, if you're just hitting it. In a vape pen, because it causes a lot more heat, you probably go through these drops in a day if you smoke as heavy as I do. As soon as Tin Man hands me his vape, I don't know where the fuck it is. Wonderful. Well, anyway, there's different types of tanks. Okay, this one's called a dripper. Alright, this one has cotton, has little coils in there that you can build. You can't really see it at this angle, but I'm trying to get a good angle for you. Can't really see it here. I'll take the whole top off. You can see that it has coils, it has screws, and it has cotton. Okay, it's organic cotton. Doesn't burn the cotton, just the cotton's there as a wick to burn the juice. And I haven't really had an issue with this. In fact, I feel able to breathe more, easier. I don't feel like I lose my breath as often or as easily as I did when I was a heavy smoker. Now, the controversy that I'm trying to get into, I know I've been rambling about the different types of vape pens and the effects that I was having personally. The thing I want to get into is the fact that they're banning vaping in any public space, just like smoking, because it's intrusive, it's, you know, it's distracting, you know, whatever. Well, I'll tell you this. If it's got nicotine in it, I can see the point. If it does not have nicotine in it, I do not see the problem with it vaping in a public place. Okay, if you have the bottle to prove that there's no nicotine in it, okay, then there shouldn't be a problem with it. But then I guess they could put nicotine-based drops into a one that says no nicotine. But aside from the point, if you are legitimately honest, like most people would be with this shit, you know, this bottle here, it says 0 milligrams of nicotine in it, but I know that I have a 3 in there, so I'm telling you I have a 3. Anyway, the point being is that they're you know, banning this from public circles. You can't even smoke in front of a store anymore. You can't even vape in front of a store anymore because of these laws and these rules. You can't even vape in, let's say, the mall. You go to the mall and you have a kiosk there. They're selling vape pens and tanks and juices. You can't even vape in the mall anymore, at least here in the high desert. They're stopping people from vaping even in the places where you can purchase the shit. Anyway, as long as it doesn't have nicotine in it, I don't see the problem. If anybody knows anything else about this, just hit me up on the page, let me know, or, you know, do a video response to this or something. I personally don't see what the big deal is. smoking outdoors even. I mean, if you're not indoors, I could see. I mean, if you're indoors, I could see how the smell of it. You know, I mean, most of this stuff tastes fruity and it smells good. There's no bad odor from it. You know, the only thing is the secondhand nicotine you're probably getting. At which point, if you hold it in and zero it out, it's really not a big problem either. But there's no foul smell from it. Most of the stuff here smells pretty good. This one actually tastes like gummy bears. Okay, it smells like gummy bears. And like I said, I really haven't run into too many problems with it, personally, health-wise. In fact, I feel I could breathe easier than when I smoke cigarettes. I'm going to start running here pretty soon, doing little runs, and I'll be able to tell you more about it at a later date. But what are your guys' opinion on electronic cigarettes and vape pens in the instance of people banning it from their stores? You can't smoke it indoors anymore. You can't even really smoke it in public anymore. You can barely vape at your house without somebody being like, hey, your kids are here. You know, it's like, I vape in my house. I vape in my living room all day, every day. My kids are running around. I vape in there. But I only do it with 0 milligrams of nicotine in-house. If I'm vaping with 3 milligrams, I tend to try to stay outside or in the garage where I normally smoke cigarettes anyway. But there have been no related incidences with vape pens causing any kind of health problems with anybody. So if it's undocumented, it hasn't happened, right? But anyway, that's just my little rant that I wanted to go on about vape pens. Tell me what you guys think, and for now, I'll let you guys go. My name is Lucid. Remember to turn it up and keep it loud.